Let's talk about right triangle trigonometry. There are three types of trigonometry: tan, sine, and cosine. Tan is opposite over adjacent, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, let's do some example problems. Let's start off with tan. Let's say we have a right triangle with the angle 37. To its adjacent side we have 6, and to the opposite side we have x. To find the other side, we can set up an equation. So do tan times 36 is equal to x over 6. So first multiply tan times 37. You should get 0.754. Then multiply each side by 6. Then you should get 4.521, and that is equal to the side we were trying to find, x. Okay, let's move on to sine. Let's say we have a triangle with the angle 54, and its hypotenuse is 7. So let's set up the equation. Sine times 54 is equal to x over 7, since x is the opposite and 7 is the hypotenuse. So multiply sine times 54 and you should get 0.809. Then we multiply each side by 7 to isolate x. We should end up with 5.663, which equals the opposite side, x. Now on to cosine. We'll use the same triangle for this one. Just we'll try to find its adjacent side. Okay, let's set up the equation. Cosine times 54 is equal to x over 7. X is the adjacent side, 7 is the hypotenuse. So multiply cosine times 54 and you should get 0.588. Then we multiply each side by 7, isolating the x. We should get 4.114 as x, which is the adjacent side. We can also use right triangle trig for finding the angles of each triangle. So that's tan inverse, cosine inverse, and sine inverse. Okay, let's do some examples. First we'll start off with tan inverse. So let's draw out our triangle. On one side we have 5, and on the other we have 7. So let's find the angles. Just like regular right triangle trig, tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. So using an inverse function, you just multiply that. So tan inverse multiplied by 5 over 7. 5 being the opposite and 7 being the adjacent side to the angle. Plug it into your calculator. You should get 35.438. That's the angle. Okay, let's move on to sine inverse. Let's draw out our triangle. On one side we have 4, and on the hypotenuse we have 6. Just like all the regular right triangle trig, sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So sine inverse multiplied by 4 over 6. 4 being the opposite side to the angle, 6 being the hypotenuse of the triangle. Plug it into your calculator. You should get 41.810. That's the angle. Now on to cosine inverse. Draw the triangle. On one side we'll have 4, and on the hypotenuse we should have 7. Since cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, cosine inverse times 4 over 7 should give you the angle. Plug it into your calculator to see what you get. You should get 55.150. Now that we're done with trigonometry, let's move on to our next subject, similar triangles. Triangles that are similar have the same angles, but they are not congruent, for their sides are different, but share the same ratio. Okay, let's do some examples. Two triangles with the angles 64, 72, and 44. The smaller triangle has the sides of 4 and 8, while the other one has the ones of x and 37. Even though these triangles are not right triangles, we can still set up the ratio because the angles are the same. So let's set one up. 4 over 8 is equal to x over 37. make sure the 4 is equal to the x, while the 8 is equal to the 37. Then you just cross multiply and do simple algebra to get x. X should be 18.5. There you have it, you guys. That's right triangle trig and similar triangles. I hope this helps, and good luck on your finals.